high school can be a pretty crazy place, to say the least.
A high school student in Canada has been arrested for declaring that men and women are different.
You said male breastfeeding is pedophilia.
Yeah, and I did go on to describe exactly what it was that my math teacher and my law teacher were promoting, and they came in, they arrested me.
So that hugely powerful clip was from a film that's coming out on November the 15th called The Great Indoctrination. We've got with us today the director of that film, Myles Vosylius. Myles, thanks for joining us.
John Henry, thank you. It's great to be back here at LifeSite.
So you've got a new film coming out. That clip we just watched is just stunning. Tell us about the lady and tell us about what that means for us here in America, North America, and Canada, and the United States.
Her name is Dr. Sasha Gong, and she is featured in the documentary that is coming out on November 15th. She was a former political prisoner under Mao's leadership. What she experienced, she relates to is what's currently happening here in the West, in Canada and in America. And she really narrows home the point that our education systems are the battleground for the future of the West, because how and who educates our children is going to determine the future of our great nations. And so what she experienced in China, she is saying she is seeing so similarly here in the Western world. She was imprisoned for copywriting just the great classic literature and handing it out to her friends. And she was imprisoned for a long time under Mao's leadership. She ended up immigrating to the United States. And she's the perfect person to talk about this, because all the secular professors in the world will say, you know, white guys like you and I, well, I guess you're not really white, but white guys like me can't talk about this subject because we're not informed enough, we're not enlightened enough, or whatever their woke theology or philosophy is. But not only is she the minority, she graduated from Harvard. She has her own doctorate. She's an Industrial Revolution specialist. And her specialty in the Industrial Revolution is really important, because that is when she says education went off the rails. And it's something that I, throughout the investigation of this film, found to be really true. It was during the Industrial Revolution that education became systematized, where do this, study this to get a good job, where education, as it's always been understood in the Catholic world, was meant to be freeing. It was meant for you to be able to pursue the truth, to pursue goodness and beauty, and to love that, and to come to your own conclusions in regards to the truth. And so, anyways, there's a lot of different topics that she discusses, but I would say those are the most important that she drives home in her interview during the film.
First of all, she's jailed for handwriting out classical works, and for that reason is imprisoned, for one thing. But then secondly, you've got your own personal tie to the topic of education, because you actually experienced it here in Canada. You went through the system, as it were, and you sort of took matters in your own hands, rebelling against the woke nonsense, even before it was really cool to rebel against the woke ideology.
Catholic schools, they're not Catholic here in Canada. We have public Catholic schools, as you know. So they're Catholic schools, but publicly funded, and they're anything but Catholic. They're Catholic in name only. And I experienced my own reversion to Catholicism while being in high school at a very young age. I attended a mass in Toronto where I was raised, and it absolutely changed my life. I fell radically in love with the Lord and the Eucharist. And if I can experience that, if that grace is available to me as a 14-year-old kid in high school, it can be available to every student in high school. And so when I went through this conversion, I realized the battleground really is in schools. Children need to be informed with the truth. They need to have the truth brought forward to them. They need to be able to pursue the truth, to discover the truth for themselves. And they're not being fed that right now in schools. What they're being fed is a woke, industrial form of education that does nothing to advance their intellect, that does nothing to advance their love for truth, goodness, and beauty, and the pillars of our great Western nations. They're not being fed that.
I want to show everybody a clip. This is a clip of Myles when he was through high school, basically telling off the Board of Education for doing what his new film's about, and that's for basically giving children poison rather than the truth. Watch this.
Many students suffer greatly their own wounds within, whether that's divorce, separation, addiction, mental or physical illness, or confusion in personal identity like gender and sex. A pride flag, sticker, or any political and sexual ideological symbol cannot heal and bring hope into the lives of the YCDSP students. It will only arouse greater confusion, pain, and darkness. LGBT stickers, pride flags, and other similar symbols do not accurately represent the love God has for these individuals that identify within the LGBT communities. The YCDSB therefore should reject the notion to fly the pride flag, to place LGBT stickers, and rather further their evangelization efforts through Eucharistic adoration, youth ministry, and of course the saving sacraments. And the YCDSB should do this because the souls of students are in jeopardy from being bombarded with the wrong form of acceptance in these LGBT symbols.
From that background in having experienced the loss of a true education, you've come out now with this film. Tell us a little bit more about it and where people can see it.
The film is available November 15th on Pelican Plus. You can use the affiliate code SCHOOL, and you will, purchasing the premium subscription on Pelican Plus using the affiliate code SCHOOL, you'll have access to the documentary to watch. It's exclusively available only on Pelican Plus, so make sure November 15th that you can use that affiliate code and get access to it. In a certain sense, my own investigation into what went wrong with education and how to bring about a classical renewal. And classical education is something that I think, and I'm sure you would agree with, it's a topic that's really on fire right now because people are waking up and realizing that the STEM curriculum, the progressive model of education, the industrial model of education is doing nothing for us. It's doing nothing for our children. And so the classical approach is presenting children with the ability to be able to love truth, goodness, and beauty. And we explore that and those three topics throughout the film in an engaging way with lots of storytelling. It's a film, so there's a narrative arc to it and my own personal journey throughout the process. And I think it's going to really be something that your viewers can relate to. It's a topic right now that many people are desiring without even knowing it. People need to know what's going on in schools, and I think that this film will really bring that message to the forefront.
Especially if you're thinking about education, your kids are in education, or you're about to send your kids into education, now's the time to take a look. The communists, the woke ideology, if you will, the Freemasonic ideology, if you will, you can call it whatever you want. It's all the same stuff. They aim first for the kids in the classroom. That's what we're dealing with. Go check out the film, November 15th on Pelican Plus. May God bless you.
I'm on a mission to discover the truth and to find out if renewal across the Western world is possible.
Humanity will ask the question that you will have to find in yourself an answer for, that will eventually give meaning to all your life.
I'm actually optimistic now. I'm optimistic because I'm seeing great signs of renewal.